Welcome back to Garth Farm on Farming Simulator 25. Thanks for joining me once again. So, September 2 on the map. Slow down the time. 20,000 in the bank. Ignore that. Gonna start the episode by saying a huge thank you to everyone who's commented on the videos. They're sort of coming out a bit disjointed. I am going to try and address that over the next 2 weeks, where I'm going to change my recording days and my release days and things. So what should be happening is the videos come out and then I'll then record a video sort of the following day. I may have to be sort of record in advance, so I may always be one behind, which is a bit annoying, I know, but bear with me whilst I sort of iron the creases out and work around the sort of changes I'm going through with home life and recording times and stuff. So big thank you to let's have a look through the screen here. So I'm just going to say Per Olaf, because I'm assuming it's Olaf Oduflason. I don't know. Per. Mate, thank you. 3 wicked comments on the videos for the Garth series, so really appreciate it. The Hobo Pack I will get and have a look at that. I've downloaded it actually, because if I go into the build mode, let's have a look. Is it in here now? There we are. Exactly as you said, make the sleep doormat, so I could just chuck that on the ground and that would do nicely rather than the bench, but at the moment we've got the bench in there anyway. The telly loader, I could have hooked it up to the trailer. Unbelievable that I couldn't see that. I don't know why. I'm sure I would have been automatically pressing X, so I just wonder if there was a conflict with the controls possibly. I don't know. And yeah, then the auto loading, I'm going to talk about this in a minute because there's a bunch of you have said a few things. Dome has talked about it as well. I think Dartmoor Mike maybe said a couple of things. Certainly said something about the farmhouses as well. Riser, you gave me some tips around the widen the auto load area, which I do in the second episode. I'm sure I did. But what's weird, right, and I'll go into this now, and everyone else who's commented, thank you. I know Rob and Velvet Glove were in there. Keith is in there. Who else has done? Who was talking to me about computers the other day? Oh, where is it? Satwinder Singh. Yeah, hi to you. And also thank you to Dartmoor Mike, who popped over to the Discord as well and joined up this morning, so I got to say hello to him or her, but I'm assuming him because it's a Mike. Basically, right, I've just re-released this trailer to run a few tests, so I'm just gonna outright basically get rid of a few things. So let's go into the owned items here. So where are we? Where's the transport? So I'm just gonna sell this back, right? So that'll give us 24,000 for that. The hire purchase contract is finished. Yeah, okay, so I've just gotta, oh hang on, that's interesting. 24, but mine minus 28. Huh, okay, so it actually cost me a bit of money. This, I'm not too worried about the money in this series. This series really isn't about that. And if I go into, is it just going to be in standard trailers? No. Oh, that's interesting. Does it come under something else then? Because it's not owned. Now then, here's a one for the comments. Where is then? Oh, where is? Oh, hello. Besides, that's the 12 meter, isn't it? We could do with that. If we had some money, that boat might be worth a purchase. Okay, that's interesting. So if I go into these vehicles, it'll pop up in here. Yeah, so the Fleagle is there, but it's not in the owned because I got it on a lease. So, right, okay, so if I just return it, just get rid of it for a second. Right, okay, so we have a tractor and we have 3 bales. Now what was definitely happening last time was when I went in to buy the trailer, so we'll buy the same one, switch it over to the bale trailer. Now what was happening was that box was only the width of the trailer, and even then seemingly when I adjusted it, which I did in video, it still wasn't collecting them. Now this time it's good to go. So if we go into X autoload, but then it brings up hire purchase, then we go to A autoload, enable autoload, yes, trailer type, bale trailer, unload and everything. Everything is basically standard. I'm not messing with anything on there, right? So that's that. I'm going to need more money because I want to, we'll just hire purchase it. Let's have a look here. So if we go with a 20% deposit over 5 years, option for purchase. Thanks very much. Okay, so let's jump into... I literally jumped into the Ford then, didn't I? I don't know why I do that. I've got a terrible habit of muscle memory jumping before I get into a vehicle. I do it in like all games. I've no idea why. Like, there's got to be an element of like I'm on the spectrum or something. It's a bit weird. Right. Okay. So now what I was doing before was I just checked the video back. So I pulled up next one, right? I opened up the options, and instead of going Control, left, shift, and R for collection mode, I just did left, shift, and R. But even if I do that this time, yeah, it's working fine. I wonder if what Control, left, shift, and R. I'm guessing that means it's on permanently. I can't really see what it's doing that's different. Control, left, shift, and then R again. No, so it's not doing anything there. Unloading method. Loading method is layer. Yeah, we want that. So left, shift, and I would just be to unload. So what is collection? I just can't see what that is. I don't know how to make that bigger. It's got to be collection mode, but what's the difference between... Right, I tell you what then, let's do a quick test. So if I do, if I knock super strength on, right, so, whoops, don't carry them all, mate. So if I just grab this one, and lob it over there somewhere, and then we'll grab this one, chuck it by there, and then this one can just come back a little bit by there. Right, let me knock the auto strength off. Whoa! Sorry if I cut out then. I've got to get better at making sure I'm not like pressing function F12 like I'm not kicking myself back to the desktop all the time. I seem to do that a lot. Right, so if I just go up to this now, nothing happens, right? So then let's open up that menu. If I just press shift and R, left, shift and R, it starts loading. Nothing else happens. It's not putting the things on automatically. That was me. When I drive up to the next one, nothing happens. So if I now do left control, left shift and R, leave that on. If I drive up to this one, will it collect that one? No. So how do you get it just to stay on? There's got to be a way. I'm just clearly not seeing it, am I? That's just left shift and R. Okay. Answers in the comments then, please, if you'd be so kind. I don't know what the difference between left control, left shift and R and just left shift and R is. Right, okay, well, we've now got... I much prefer this as a bale trailer. I know we're not going to get anywhere near as many bales. So if I... but I tell you what I can't do with this one, which I did like with the other one, is I can't unload here. It's just unload, isn't it? That's a shame. That's a real shame, because what I do like to do, and you could probably just do it with the auto load bale trailers, but I hate that dolly. And you could definitely do it with these ones, and this one we just had. If we change it to an auto load, it'll unload in there, and then it'll apply the weight. So it just means that the sort of physics of the game make a bit more sense. Like the trailer's a bit much heavier to pull and things like that. That's interesting. It does that. What is it? Tension belts, yes. Turns off the auto load. Why is that then? Interesting. Yeah, 6.5 dozen the other there. I don't know. Right, anyway, into this, let's remove some money. So let's say, let's just take 11,000, bring us back down to about 2.5. Yeah, fine. Right, I'm also got to be a bit wary because I need to check my phone a second. My children have been away with their grandparents for the weekend, away in their little camper van. I can't imagine how unbelievably difficult that was for the grandparents, but it does seem like they've had a whale of a time. They're going to be back within the next 10 minutes, so I can see the main road from the man cave, and can as soon as I see him, I'm gonna have to pause the recording because I've missed them terribly over the last couple of days. But otherwise, Riverbend Springs episode, annoyingly delayed, came out well, it'll come out today now. So today is Sunday the 17th. I'm all over the shop, sorry, I'm not paying attention. Sunday the 17th. It should have gone out yesterday. For some reason, I mean, I got delayed because I had to re-record it. I was unhappy with the sort of finished product and the way I'd gone with the storyline, so I basically redid the episode. I was pretty happy that I'd managed to give myself enough time because I did it, got all the editing. The editing took forever. I reckon I probably spent about 12 hours editing that episode. It was brutal. Just because there's so many characters and like voice changes and stuff, which means I'm just constantly like cutting clips and stuff, but it is what it is. So yeah, it took a long time. Got it basically downloaded onto the computer, but the upload onto YouTube took just forever. It took about 9 hours. And that, it just, I don't know, it doesn't, I don't feel like it normally takes that long, so don't know what happened there. So apologies for that. It will have now come out this evening, so by the time you're watching this, it will already be out, so there's no issues with spoilers. Oh, I have done some autoplay stuff, so, and courseplay. Let me show you what I've done. I'm pretty sure, because I was messing around a lot in the last episode with it. No. Wrong one. So, I've had to adjust some of the, like the pins, because when you were coming out here with any sort of big trailer, it was always clashing. I've got the Garth Farm silo shed. Now, what I haven't done yet is done a reversing option, so it could drop off the grain. But you can see all the grain from the sorghum field, so that's all been harvested off. I basically did that off camera pretty much, didn't I? I've put a track around the outside of that. It took a lot of messing around, I gotta be honest. Let me see if we can, whilst I think about it, how's it gonna work if I reverse this into here and then just drive over? Does it take them off? Whoops. Guess not. What am I catching hold of there? Right, so if I actually just shift an I, is it going to catch it before it goes? No, it doesn't like that, does it? What am I missing here now? Such an idiot at this stuff. So left shift control R. Oh, there we are. Did it even before I could do anything. So gone. Didn't even need to press the unload. It did something that way. So we now have 3 straw bales that are 9,000 litres. I've just gifted myself, and a couple of the originals. Fine. Let's leave this trailer in here, I think. Yes, I do know. Yeah, that class will pick it up. So yeah, so I've obviously hooked up a couple of these paths around, and then we've got the Garth Farm slurry. I haven't tested that yet. And then I think I'm right in saying you've got to have these golden ones that mean they're both ways, and that then allowed it was a bit clunky, and what was also happening was if I go into the flight mode, I should have just gone into flight mode, shouldn't I? Basically what was happening was it was weirdly kind of flying. Why is it only showing up to there? Where's the rest of the... Oh, is it only because that's what's visible to me from over there? That's interesting. Yeah, the tractor would kind of like, when it was trying to find things, just go hoofing through these edges, turn around in this field, and come back in. So clearly not perfect. But yeah, I'm getting there. I'm certainly getting there. It's a lot of fun getting there and working it all out. But yeah, really enjoying it. And Rob was messaging me the other day, and he said he could sort of hear the joy in my voice on this game, because even though I am useless at it, should we turn these off so they're not in our way all the time like that? Yeah, even though I am utterly useless at it all, it is giving me an incredible amount of joy playing on PC. It really is. Right, so hello girls and boys, hello. Right, why can't I jump over the fence? Come on, here we go. Hello everyone, how are we? Hello. Oh yes, very excited. Yes, hello. Any interesting cows today? Oh, that would be a very good bull to have. But you're already 7 months, and I've already got... Have I not already got a couple of bulls, haven't I think? Yes, we got 2. So, 8 months and 4 months, so not really worth it. We ain't going to buy more cows, we ain't got any money anyway, and now we need to start looking at what we're going to do about the farm and development stuff. However, I've just seen a big motorhome come past my house, so I'm going to pause it there. I'll be back with you guys in real time in a couple of seconds, but I'm going to go and see my family, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, hopefully a somewhat seamless join. Family are back. Chaos has ensued in the Simster headquarters. Things are back to normal, being broken and just trashed generally, so all is well in the world. Right, we need to focus on getting that field sorted, don't we? So I think for the sake of money, we should be looking at oats for this thing. How much is the precision farming on it going to cost me? Is there an option? Purchase soil information. 4,000. Blimey. And it's not the best either, is it? Sloamy sand, sandy 0, sandy loam 23. Loam is good, isn't it? 54, but is silk clay bad? 22? I don't know. I don't even understand any of this, so... Right, what we need to do is move on, get some money from our silage bales, which are not going to be ready yet. Fermenting 79%. So maybe we just jump into... We are running 3-day months, aren't we? I can never remember these things. We need to turn that back up to normal. Yes, so... out of interest, how much was... how much was the mat? £5. Fed my bench of 50. Okay. I think we need to get rid of the bench then, don't we? Jump in there. No, I don't want to sell the farmhouse. What? Oh, that's interesting. It is the farmhouse. Ah, it's because that's the bench I put in. So I'm going to get £2.5 back from my 5, aren't I? Nice. Okay. There we are. Happy days. Oh, someone help me. The toggle snapping on and off doesn't work. Why is that? It's obviously got a collision somewhere. I tell you what it doesn't do. It doesn't give you a mirror, does it? But I don't really care about that. Changing my clothes. If I put it there... Well, that's interesting. It allows it to go there, but... How interesting. Right, we're going to overlap it anyway. Look at that! Lovely, nice doormat, and we will sleep till tomorrow morning. And that way we can then get all our bales, go and sell those for some money, and then we can start leasing out the equipment to sort out that field. I'm guessing we're going to need to mulch it, so what's on sale? What's on sale? What's on sale? Anything? Oh, that's... What is that? What's that? I got no idea what that goes with. Transport camper headers on the road. Okay, cool. Right. So. Come on, mates. Wake up now, mate. Cows are all good. I think there's no issue with them, is there? Because they got loads of food and plenty of straw, so that's fine. Let's test our little bale by here. Hooray! Okay, so... which tractor? We don't want to use... The Ford's a little bit underpowered for this job. So we may as well use... Come on. The Fent over here. Just shift you out the way by there. Second. God, you need a clean, mate. Blimey. Tell you what, actually, let's tidy the yard up. What we don't want to do is leave. Wow! Or just drive straight into a bush. That's equally just as useful. Right, let's just drop that out of the way over there. And then go and grab this. Lovely. Huck around like so. And then, whoa. Actually, we'll come forward first and we'll unload all of that stuff. Right, where are we? So if we say silage, I don't know how many we can probably put on here. Let's have a look. We just get 10. Blimey. And then, whoops, wrong vehicle. We reverse back to there. And then, I don't know which one we're going to want to do, really. But we do that. And then... Are they... What? I don't understand what's happening. Are they going back into the... I don't understand what's going on. Yeah, see the trigger is taking it, isn't it? Right, okay. Annoying. This may need a bit of thinking in the future because this isn't going to work very well. So if I hike these out of the way over here at least to there, and then shift and R, no. Or shift and R, no. Why does it think it needs unloading? You don't need to unload, mate. Right, now let's try shift and R. Oh my gosh, I'm not having much luck with this, am I? Left shift and I to unload. Fine. You've unloaded, mate. You don't need to do anything else. So now I want collect, but you're not collecting. This is a little bit confusing. I'm very tempted to give up on this until I can understand it off camera. This is terrible viewing, other than making you guys just sit there going, this guy is useless. Oh no, he is useless because he just dropped the stupid bale into the thing. Come over here, mate. Get around this thing. Right, is it because of the side? Is it? No, shift R, no. What is going on? Left shift and I to unload, right? Yeah, we've unloaded. There's nothing left on you. What on earth is going on? Well, I've got absolutely no idea. That is really annoying. Okay. I'm going to go back to basics. Right, when all else fails, go back to plan B. Just going to check the auto drive on this, I think, because we've got this trailer. I've just had to sort the one corner out. I think this one will probably have the same issue, because it's just going to be too tight. Let's have a look. I did try... Oh, look at that. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Right, so thank you very much. What I've done is sold the other trailer, got rid of that. Let's move the telehandler. I was thinking about putting the bales there, but I think by here where the Ford is, but I think it's going to be a little bit too cramped, this area. So I've created a bale trap over by the mechanic shop over there. You can just see it over the triggers over by there. So I'm going to chuck all the silage bales onto the back of this thing. At least that's the plan, using the auto load feature, which hopefully will work. So I want to operating position. Thanks very much. Now, what we're going to need to do is, because I've jumped out the save and come back in, this isn't going to be fermented yet, is it? So, right, okay, and we also need to redo a bench. Blimey, Charlie. Get there in the end. Might actually give you some content worth watching at this rate. So, very quickly, into there, delete the bench, yes we do, and then out there, into farmhouses, put our doormat back down. Like so. Lovely. And we will sleep until 9 AM the following day. Now we should be able to go and sell some bales. Now what we might be able to do is do a if I really want to feel brave and make myself look even stupider, is do an auto drive or a course play over to, whoops, I'm inside the building, over to 13,000, what's on sale, the bale sell point. So we could do that in theory. Out of interest, if I just chuck super strength on, is this gonna... Oh, what have I done there? No, I don't want you on. Why are you on? Why are you on? Why won't you go away, hand? That was a bit weird. Reset bale position. No. Unload bales. Reset bale position. Unload bales here. Stop unloading. Operating position. And there we are. That's reset that. Okay. So let's get a bunch of these bales out here. Silage. How many will let's do? Probably not that many. So how close do I need to get this trailer? That's not too bad without it triggering the collection point. Okay. I promise I will try and work out what super strength is so I don't have to do it that way around all the time. So is it? Super strength is... I can't remember. I will work it out. Right. Why is it doing that then? Why is it constantly leaving it on? And I gotta like put the torch on to make it go away. Bit weird. How many more bales? You can get a few more on there, can't we? So how many more silage? We've got 32 left in there, so we'll have I mean, we don't... We'll take 16 out. See how many now. That should be fully loaded if the triggers worked. Yes, and it's just over there. So we will say unload bales here. Can we put the belts on them? No. So if I bring that up like that, I thought we had. I thought I had selected tension belts. Stop unloading. What am I not seeing? No. Okay. Right. So where can we sell bales on this map? So let's have a little look. I've got a mouse clicker. That's annoying. I can never really work out why sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. I'm still kind of getting my head around the mouse thing. Company market 215. I'm definitely going to company market because that's just Welsh, isn't it? So tag the place. Let's have a look on the map. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where am I not seeing it flashing anywhere? Where's company market then? Why am I not seeing it? Company market. Okay, that's weird. Right, so we're going to come out of our farm, but I don't think we can just go right and then left, can we? Get through there? No, this is back. It's all the way back up to the shop, and that is company market is the shop itself. So whilst that's doing that, if I very carefully come out here and then and that's what happens when you don't play with the physics turned on for a while. Ah, lordy lord. I might have to re-record this whole episode. That is hilariously bad. Ah, no. Right, hold that thought. Okay, back in the game. I'm just using the transporting position for now. I'll have to check as to the the stupid belt. This is honestly, I am so 50-50. I normally do like leaving my mistakes in, but today has been so bad that I probably shouldn't, because we've achieved so little and yet, yeah, it's just been really bad. Come on, let's go sell this lot and then we can make a start on doing some actual farm work, can't we? I'll see how I feel about leaving it all in. If I don't and I just start the episode here, just take my word for it. All you've missed is me being an absolute idiot, going back to the auto load bale trailer, then realizing it still doesn't work and I can't get it to work properly and I'm just a massive idiot. Then harping on about how much I like the physics of the game, and it's important to have bales that weigh the right amount, and then driving around the corner of my own farm in the first corner and tipping this trailer over because I'm just an idiot. So yeah, good times. But if I've left it all in, then yeah, I'd be surprised if you're even still willing to follow me. Blimey, Charlie. What a mess. What an absolute mess. But it brings enjoyment to me, and that's all that matters, isn't it? That is all that matters in this game. I'm very much looking forward to where we're going to go with the roleplay series. I've mapped out the next 30 episodes, sort of roughly how I want them to go and how we're going to get there. The content, you know, specifics around like actual what is talked about and all that sort of stuff is not decided yet, but yeah, look forward to that. So if I unload bales here, sold bales, 610. Oh, that's interesting. What a weird way of doing it. Where's the trigger then? I don't understand. What is going on? Something strange is happening with this trigger, isn't it? That's the thing. Maybe is it a height thing because... Come on. Gosh. Right, then we got those two over there still. So let's go and grab them and lob them into the sell point. Like so. Turn that back off before I throw the trailer into the air or something weird like that. Reset bale position. Yes. Lovely. Okie doke. So that gives us a nice chunk of money. So we've got to decide now what we're going to do about this field, I guess. So, I mean, you must still need to mulch and things like that with precision farming, I'm guessing. Where is mulches? So let's have a look here. That's something that's half decent in terms of size. It's a big field, so this is probably the way to go. It's pretty much my go-to one, isn't it? Mulcher. So if we lease it, 730 quid for the day, we could just do that. Can we do the mulching, let that sort of do its own thing? Yeah, go on, we'll just lease it. We're only going to need to use it once. What I might do is... See, I don't like the triggers because we shouldn't be... All that equipment should be like over there or something, or over there. I don't know, we need to like... That needs addressing, that does, on this map. That, like, Martin, if you ever watch this, mate, I desperately want it, because that's going to massively affect, you know, your auto-drive courseplay. Even just like just doing it the old school way, where you set your destination. It's just going to clash. If the stuff you're buying is always there, it's always going to cause that issue. Yeah, that definitely needs looking at. So I'm going to drop that off, and then we will... What do the red lines do? I don't know what that is. I don't know why those pop up like that. Right, so Garth Farm, off you go. Oh, okay. Let's see how you get on. In the meantime, we'll grab the Ford. Shouldn't have left those bale spike there, really. Nip up to the shop and I'll bring that trailer back. Okay, then let's just tidy this little section up very quick. So our mulcher is back, which is good, and then the Ford I've also set to bring back the big bale trailer, so we'll see how that gets on. I'm gonna mark this up out the way somewhere, but here will do nicely. There's the Ford on its way, so let's get you... What was the horsepower requirement for this thing? 120, so the Ford could and should be able to use you. That should be good. If I drop you off there, and then I'll use the Fent then to take some more bales to sell, and then do the moving of the bales elsewhere. Because I just don't... We're not going to need this much silage this anytime soon. So I honestly think... I mean, we could probably take another 6 out of there. 10 silage bales for the amount of cows we've got is like probably 9 times more bales than we're going to need. These guys just aren't eating that much. They're only duts anyway. So my only thing is I don't know how the health thing works for... so where's that Ford? Oh, okay. Because... Let's have a look here. How do I get their information? Is it through this screen? Yeah, okay. So I own, for example, 51001, that's right, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, there we are. So oh yep. Ding ding. I'm assuming you guys heard that. That's the trailer arriving back, isn't it? So how do I know their health? I thought we... unless if I turned it off? What am I not seeing? Okay. But their health... So they have got 99%. You just don't see it anywhere else. So... Animal... Bull... Stay still, mate. But yeah, it doesn't give it a value at £876. Okay, but then the general health in here is 99%. Alright. Don't really understand that, but thought you would have maybe an individual health status. Right, so if I drop that off there for a second and then whip around in front of the mulcher, drive into the hedge, because why not? I know we could be putting the cows out, but just for the sake of the month, I don't see the point of it. We may as well... Whoa, I thought I had a weight on this. How is that not... Oh no. Oh, it's just such a bad day. Oh man. Right, okay, scrap that then. Ford isn't heavy enough to do the job. So the Fords are going to have to mess about with the bales, which is going to be its own issues, but... Oh, dear me, this might be genuinely the worst recording I've ever done. Absolutely incredibly bad. I know I've blocked my fence in as well with the bale trailer, which is just wonderful. Oh, mates, honestly, mate, this is shocking. I'm genuinely so on the fence about whether or not to just bring you guys back in at this point. This is just such a bad episode. It makes me look so bad. Ah, dear, dear, dear. Okay, so let's unfold you then. Whilst that does that, let's just have a look. 2 headlands. Go on then, off you go. Not using courseplay for this, just standard old, good old AI worker. Mulch. Whoops, get out of the way of the worker. So if I go into, let's have a look. Right, so no cell types, we don't care about that. So I'm gonna have to buy it, aren't I? Purchase site information. Right. So that means the pH is what, alright? No, pH value bad, nitrogen bad. So we want to be up in the blues then, I'm guessing. So that means we need to lime it. And, oh, lordy. So it needs fertilizing. Right, fair enough. And then that yield is really, well, bad down this corner. Good there. And then mixed bag there. Ah, look. Okay, so how do you change something from a silty clay? I don't think you can you? Can you change the... Or is that just the way it is? That's what you're dealing with, so sort of get on with it. Sandy loam there. And then loam right through the middle. Why is that messing about? So, should I have done anything else? I don't know. I didn't think we had... Did we put periodic ploughing on? No, we had that off. Thank goodness. Right, well, I'm just going to let the worker do this. Mulch it. See, pH very good. Nitrogen bad. So, once we step over to this, it gets better. So, mulching is clearly doing something to help, which is good. So, right. Board, whilst that does that, let's get you... Come on, mate. Let's get you hooked up, and you can then go and sell some more bales for us. I think. Maybe... Yeah, should we add another 6 to this load? I think we should. And just be done with it. Because we just... Whoops, that's some... I thought I was on a match. Whoa, why are we stuck? That was a bit weird. Yeah, we're just not going to use that many silage bales. It's just not going to happen in the next 12 months. I just can't see that being the case. Right, come on then. Swing it around there. Grab those. Right, out you pop. Continue. I'll just make our lives a little bit easier right now. Oops. Over you go. And then grab you guys. And then we'll say another silage. 6. Get them onto there. And get them on there. Lovely. Sub strength off. Torch on and off to get rid of the hand. Don't know why he does that. And then, now then. I'm just going to go transport position. And we'll play it safe, shall we? Rather than risk tipping the trailer over again. Right, I'll be back in a sec. So what are we on? 33,700. Workers obviously doing some work, so that'll be chipping away the money. Ah, look, I'm moving it. Ah, okay. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. That's ugly, isn't it? Right, so if I hang on then. No bales. And no bales here. Can I not stop unloading? That jams them all back in there. Whoa, that's a big difference on the weight, isn't it? Well, I like a challenge. Okay, what is an environmental score reward? What's that when it's at home? Right, anyway, that's a lot of money for bales, isn't it? That probably needs amending within an XML file. I don't know how to do that. So, if you are watching and you're still here at this point and you have taken pity on me and sympathy, and if I've shown you everything that I've done in terms of my horrific mistakes. Thank you. Yeah, let me know. So things that I need some answers on and a bit of help with is this auto loading. So it's the universal auto load I've taken off, basically. So standard auto load in bales is fine. It's that universal auto load where you're converting any trailer to become a bale trailer. That is the one that seems to be giving me the issues that I can't get my head around. And it's clearly going to be a me issue, not a mod issue. I know it is me and just not getting it right. But the fact that I couldn't then pick them back up, I couldn't work that out. And the fact that it doesn't just stay on all the time just to drive around and pick up the bales. Like, have I got to pick up every bale individually, pressing the shift R or whatever. So that was one of the things. We've addressed the weird house situation on the bench and the sleep trigger, so that's great. Thank you for that. You've seen me being an absolute idiot. Oh, I tell you what we need to go is find the belts for this thing, why they aren't on there when I thought they were. We're going to do that very quickly now. Precision farming, so talk to me about that. I know I'm mega late to the game because it's something that, you know, came in 22, but I never really used it in 22 and I'm still only starting to use it now. So what are the basics? What do I need to get my head around with it? I'm guessing that pH is lime, nitrogen is fertilizer, and depending, I think we've got a settings where it doesn't matter on the speed that you like put your lime and your fertilizer down, it won't over fertilize or over lime and things like that. I think you can have that setting, can't you? So if you slow down, the application slows down. I'm pretty sure I've selected those options. Let me, because my brain doesn't work very well, I'm gonna go around the way that I have designed so I don't cheat my own system. Right, let's have a look here. So there's the bale storage that we're going to come back to in a minute and fill up the rest of the bales with, and then we can empty out that bunker for another purpose. Why is that? Why am I not? Right, there we go. Into this. Tension belts. Oh, I turned it off to no, didn't I? Idiot. Does it do anything? Right, thank you. There we go. That might help me not tip the trailer over. I mean, it won't do much for me, but I have to remember to not turn the corner so fast. That was the other thing I was about to check with you guys, wasn't it? The settings for precision farming. It's a realistic spread pattern. Spreaders do apply a different amount of fertilizer or lime on the outside compared to the inside. Off. Okay. Spreaders apply more fertilizer or lime on the ground if you drive too slow. Yeah, off. We don't want that. We want to make it a little bit easier for myself to start with, so good. We are going to need some sort of spreader, aren't we? So let's have a little look-see here. Where are we? Yield improvements, fertilizer spreaders. Okay, so any of the ones we like? The problem is this size, isn't it? 10,000 litres. The bread oil is 9 to 14. These guys are only tinies. This is, again, 3,200. It's not very big, is it? Can you make it bigger? No. And then we got the lizards. I mean, just, I don't know. I don't like these Colossus packs, I gotta be honest, for like actually playing the game. So I think we're gonna have to go with the base game, aren't we? Add the big extension on to get the 14,000. It's gonna take a big old chunk of our money. Oh, what was that? Tomahawk. Oh, the Tomahawk's on sale. And we could do with that, couldn't we? Because it's a straw blower. And I'm sure we need that for our farm. That's like perfect timing. You hire purchase on those as well. Wow. So we could say just over 2 years, only 58 quid a month. Look at that. Excellent. Like that. That's cool. Got distracted then, didn't I? So I think we just have to go with the base game one. There's nothing else for it, really. I don't want to increase the discs yet. So if we were to do hire purchase, but could we say 50%? Or should we just buy it? Maybe we should probably just buy it, shouldn't we? Because we can't just keep... What about... No, we haven't got time to find use. Oh, have we? When are we planting our oats in? When is the oats going in the ground? Not until March. We could actually tell them... Right, that's what we'll do then. So we'll use the game... that mod. So we'll make it big. Let's say standard. Is it worth doing the spread in disk standards for the sake of... If we're going to look for it and get it on the cheap? Probably is. No, we'll keep it there. Right, so we'll say R3, find used, and we want extended search. Continuous search is over a year, 98% chance of finding one. For 1,800. Go on then. Excellent. Okay, I like that. Right, I'm going to basically carry on sorting these bales out and get them shifted out and empty out this shed. Now, we can then use this shed potentially for equipment. I don't know, we'll have a little play around with it. Depending on how much I have to heavily edit this episode, I can't assure you what will or will not be left in. Why are you leaving these little chunks, eh? I'll have to come back and sort you out. I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, for those who are, you know, PC players, been playing Farming Simulator like a long time, this episode will just have pained you and probably triggered you a lot. I'm very, very sorry about that. But for those of you that are new to the game, those of you that hopefully have been given a good lesson in how not to play, I hope you found it useful. Once again, if there will have been something that either made you smile, laugh, found useful, any other one of those things. If it did, please give the video a like, and if you want more useless content like I provide, then give it a subscribe. It is the easiest way to support the channel. If you want to join up, then brilliant. Thank you ever so much for the support and the financial backing via YouTube or via Ko-fi. Please come over to Discord, come and say hello, come and have a chat, come and speak with the guys in there. The more people in there chatting away, the better it always is. So, you know, come and do that. The links are in the video description and in the pinned comment. But as always, until next time, be happy, stay safe, and we will speak again soon. Take care.